Hey soulmate, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nelo and you're watching Nelo Stitches. Today's tutorial we're making this lovely dress. It's a circle dress with a giggle sleeve. So what was on the thumbnail is shirt dress, circle shirt dress, okay? But my client don't want a shirt, she wants her own with the neck that you can tie. So that is why what you're seeing is different from what was on the thumbnail. So here I'm going to show you guys how I folded my fabric. From here to here is 3 yards, and then I folded the 3 yards into 2 like this, and then I went ahead to fold in a triangular form like so. Okay, 3 yards. From here to here is 3 yards. I fold into 2, that's 1.5 yard, and then I fold again into like a triangle like so. So that is how I fold my fabric here. So depend on your side. Your size. If you're a bigger size, you need more fabric. So what I measured here now is her shoulder divided by 2. The shoulder is 7 divided by 2, and then I add 1 inch to that, making it 1/2 inch for sleeve, for joining of the sleeve, making it 7.5. okay. Her shoulder is 14 divided by 2. So here I'm going to mark her bust point, which is 10, and I'm going to rule a straight line there like so. Okay, so now I'm going to mark the bust point again. I'm just trying to make sure it's a straight line. Okay, just trying to make sure I have a straight line here like this. Okay, just to get a straight line. So what I'm going to do is to mark the neck width of 3 inches and the neck depth of 3 inches also for the front. For the back is 1 inch. For the front is also 3 inches. So 3 by 3 for the front and 3 by 1 for the back. Okay, so I'm going to slant my shoulder also by 1 inch. Slanting my shoulder by 1, and then I'll connect to the neck width like so. Okay, so next I'm going to mark her armhole. To get your armhole is your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. So I just use 8 inches for her here. You can decide to add ease allowance of 1/2 inch to that. Okay, so on that point I'm going to mark her bust divided by 4. So I'll just mark the bust. Okay, I forgot to bring this line down. Just bring this line down like so. Just shoulder slant line down, and then you mark the bust divided by 4, which is 9 in this case, and then I'll add 1.5 inch ease allowance. Okay, you can use 2 inches, 1.5 inch, 1 inch for ease, 1/2 inch for sewing allowance. So I'm going to get the midpoint of this armhole, and then I'll go in by 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to curve this. Connect it to the exact bust measurement. You don't need all those sewing allowance area. Okay, you just connect to the exact bust measurement. Divide the bust by 4. Divide the bust by 4, and then you mark, you add 1.5 inch, 1 inch for ease allowance, 1/2 inch for sewing allowance. You can do 2 inches, 1 inch for ease, 1 inch for sewing allowance. Okay, your choice. So from this point now, we are going to mark the length of this dress. Okay, from where you slant your shoulder from your neck width here, that is where you're going to place your tape, and then you start taking your length, the length of your dress, round it. Okay, if you're working with length 40, you take it round. If you're working with length 30, whatever length you're working with, that is what you're going to mark round. Make sure your tape don't move from that point you place it, from that neck width area. Make sure it's there while you rotate the down part. Okay, sorry guys, you guys are not seeing the down part, but I'm just rotating it and marking the length of this dress. Okay, the length is 40 plus 1 inch for folding allowance, making it 41. Okay, so I'm marking 41 right now. The length I'm working with is 40 plus 1 inch for folding allowance, 41. So you're going to connect like so. Connect all your marks like so, and then you cut out. Okay, hope you guys are seeing what I marked here. Sorry, it's not that visible. Okay, just like we are marking our circle dress, that is what I did here, and I'm just going to cut this out. Okay, so when you get to the side, you can just connect the side from the armhole down to the length of the dress. Okay, like this point here, you connect it down straight. Okay, so let me show you guys what I mean. From here, you're going to connect down straight to the hem. Like so. Okay, so I'll just cut that part out also. Okay, so you can decide to reduce the flay, or you flay it out when you're connecting it. You connect it to the tip of the fabric. Guys, I'm so sorry that the camera is not capturing that point, but I don't really know that it was not capturing it. So sorry about that. So now I'm going to cut the armhole. First of all, I cut the back neckline, okay, and then the shoulder slant, and then the armhole. The armhole of the back and front, I'm using the same thing, okay. I'm not differentiating anything. I'm using the same measurement for the armhole for the back and front. So after cutting this, I'm going to take out the inside one and then cut out the front neckline. So here I'm done cutting. I'm just going to take out the front, the one inside. Okay guys, here I have shortage here, so in case if you have shortage like so, not to worry. All you need to do is to get a piece of fabric and fill it up. This is the piece of fabric, so I'm just going to sew it together, right side facing the right side of the dress like so, and then you sew up to where you're supposed to stop, okay, where the shortage starts. You place them right side facing the right side of each other and sew like so to where the shortage stops. So I'm trying to pin it up so that I can explain better. Okay, so you do that before you separate your front and your back panel. So this one is the inside one. This is how it's going to look after pinning. So after sewing this together, you iron it and then you place it like so. Iron it flat so that you can now trace out the exact shape you want, the exact shape of the circle. Okay, so this is just to fill up where we have shortage at the down part. I hope this is clear. I don't know how to explain this very well to you guys, but I hope you get the gist. Okay. Okay, so now I'm taking out the inside panel and I'm going to be cutting out the neckline for the front here. So I'm going to cut out the neckline for the front. So it's going to have an opening at the front, 4 inches down like so, and I'm not going to cut it out. I'm going to cut it after I'm done sewing. So I'm just going to cut only the neckline like this. Okay, so I'll be slitting this open when I'm done sewing, or you can just open it up straight, okay, or you notch. So here I'm just notching it to know where to start sewing. Okay, so In case if you want to put pockets, I'm going to show you how to mark your pockets. But for this tutorial, there is no pocket. There's no pocket, but in case you want to use pocket on your own, I'll just show you how to mark your pocket. Okay, so from this armhole side here, you're going to come down by 10 inches. You mark 10 inches down. Okay, you just mark 10 or 9 inches down. So here I mark 9 inches, and from that 9 inches where you mark 7 inches downward, and then you notch like so. You notch. That is where your pocket is going to start from. But I'm not using pocket for this tutorial, so I just thought to show you guys in case you want to use pocket. Okay, so I said you measure 9 inches down. From there you mark 7 inches like so, and you notch. That is where you start fixing your pocket from. So here is for the sleeve. Okay, this piece is for the sleeve, and the width of this is 18 inches, half yard on fold though, half yard on fold. So when you open it up is 1 yard. So here I'm going to mark the cap height, which is 3.5. okay, from there I'll connect to this point like so. Sorry guys, I didn't tell you guys the length of this sleeve. The length of her full sleeve is 18 inches, and then I minus the band for the sleeve. So this point here, you're going to come in by 3 inches like so, and you connect it to this point like so. Okay, so the length of the sleeve I'm working with is 18 inches, and then you're going to minus, this is 18 here. Okay, it's just 17, then half inch for folding allowance. Okay, but the full sleeve I'm working with is actually 18 inches. Then you're going to minus whatever band you want to work with. Okay, so the band I'm working with is 6 inches. So I minus 6 inches from my 18 inches. So what I have left is 12. So to that 12, I added extra volume. I added like 5 inches so that it will have this puffy side, puff effect. Okay, I hope this is clear. The sleeve length is 20 inches. The sleeve length is 20 inches, and then I minus 6 inches from 20 inches for the length of the band. For the band, 6 inches, and then here I have 18 inches. 20 minus 6 is supposed to be 14, but I added extra 4 inches. So if you have enough, you can add extra 5 to 6 inches for more volume, for your sleeve to look big, like the puff effect to be big. Okay, hope this is clear. So here is the band, is 7 inches. We minus 6 inches, but this is 7 inches. Half 1 inch is for folding allowance. Okay, and this is on fold. So when you open it up is 14, and the length is the length of her round sleeve, the elbow where the sleeve is going to stop. That is the length. So what I'll do is to fold in half inch like so and iron, and fold in another half inch this other side and iron. Okay, so I'll do the same to the other side of the sleeve. I have a detailed tutorial on this sleeve. I'm going to link it below so that if you don't understand this very well, you can go and watch that sleeve tutorial. Okay, I explain better there. It's just the sleeve that I did the tutorial on. So here we are going to turn the opening, neck opening. Remember where we notched? Okay, remember where we notched? You're going to place a piece of fabric in between there, and then you're going to sew up to the 4 inches we marked. This is the 4 inches. Okay, so this is the neckline here. Where we are going to open is here. So you're going to sew like 0.25 inch round it, or half an inch round it like so. Okay, so here I've done that. Okay, so now I'm going to open it up. Okay, so I'm trying to bring it closer so that you see the width. It's just like half an inch. Okay, so you sew with 0.25. So I'm trying to open it up now. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to the wrong side. Remember, I placed this pieces on the right side of the dress of the fabric. Okay, so after sewing, you flip it over to the wrong side. It's supposed to be on the wrong side, so you place on the right side and sew with 0.25, and then you flip over to the wrong side like so. Right side of the pieces facing the right side of your dress, your front panel, and then you sew. So here I'm trying to flip it over, so you can use hemming gum to hold this together, or you top stitch on it. Okay, so this is what we have. I'm just going to press this down. I'm going to iron this down. So I'll do that, and I'll join the right side of the front panel and the right side of the back panel together at the shoulder. Okay, so this is the back panel. I'll place it right side facing each other, and then I'll secure the shoulder here and this other side also. Okay, so here I've done that. I've secured the shoulders, and I also joined the side with 1/2 inch seam allowance down. Okay, so the side is also joined. I've joined the side with 1/2 inch seam allowance. So here I'm cutting out the excess I have on the band, the facing. Okay, so this is the facing. I'm flipping it over to the wrong side. It's actually at the right side, so I flip it over to the wrong side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use hemming gum to secure this. So let me show you hemming gum in case some of you don't know what hemming gum is. So I'm just trying to press it down, and then I'm going to use hemming gum to secure it. I believe you know what hemming gum is. You just put it in between and fold this part in like this and iron. Okay, fold the down part in also and iron. So here I've done that. As you can see, it's intact. It's not opening again. It's not coming forth and down again. Okay, so now I'm going to measure the neck width like this. I'm going to measure the round neck like so. Sorry guys, this thing is shaking. I'm trying to measure the round neck. So you can measure this multiple times, like 2 to 3 times, to be sure of your measurement. Okay, to be sure of your measurement. So whatever you get after measuring it, you're going to get ×2 or ×3 of it. Okay, because you need extra that you can use to tie. You get ×3 of it. So this is the midpoint. The width of this is 2.5. On fold, that's 5 inches. On fold is 2.5. When you open it up, is 5 inches. Okay, so here is the midpoint. I notched the midpoint. So what I'm going to do is to measure from here to this other side what I got from the neckline. Okay, if you get 18 inches, you measure from here to here 9. You measure 9 here. From the other side, you also measure 9, so that when you sew, you are going to stop there. So what I got was 18, so I was marking 9. You sew from here and stop here. You sew from this edge also and stop here. Okay, so where we left is where that is going to be on the neckline. Okay, so like I said, you're going to get ×3 of this. So I kind of curve this, give it a little bit of curvy shape. Okay, so I'm going to bring this out of camera. Okay, I'll just bring it out, and then I'll come back and show us how to fix our this. So I just ironed this out now, and it's laying flat and nice. So I'll just get the dress and show us how to fix it. So this is the open part where we did not sew. Okay, so where I notched, you're going to notch the midpoint of the dress also, the neckline, the midpoint of the neckline like this. You notch the midpoint like so. Okay, so you're going to place them notch to notch from the right side of the dress, notch to notch like this, and you pin. secure this with your pin, and you sew from there to this end, and from the other side here also to this other end also. Okay, and we are done. So here guys, I'm done sewing that, as you can see. So I don't have enough fabric, so the strap is small. So as you can see, the strap is small, so you can, if you have enough fabric, make it ×3 of whatever neck measurement you get. Okay, so here is the sleeve. I've joined it. I gathered the down part of the sleeve and I attached it to the band. So what I would do is I'm going to turn, that was on the right side of the band facing the wrong side of the dress, of the sleeve. So you're going to turn it over to the right side and top stitch like this. Okay, the band, the right side of the band on the wrong side of the sleeve, and then you flip it over and top stitch, and then you gather the upper part. It's going to look like this one. Like I said earlier guys, I have a detailed tutorial on this sleeve. Okay, I'm going to leave the link below so that you guys can go and check it out. Okay, so I'm going to close up this side, and then I'll fix my sleeve to the dress. Okay, so I gather the upper part also. You gather the upper part of the sleeve also, and then you fix your sleeve to the dress. You shape here with 1 inch sewing allowance, whatever allowance you added. So here I'm done. I fixed my sleeve to the dress, and this is what we have, looking beautiful already. So you go and serge the neckline, the sleeve, the dress, in short every part of the inner of the dress. You need to overlock it, you need to weave it so that it will be neat. Okay, so now I'm going to, you can do English weaving here or you fold. So but for me, I did English weaving. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and share this video. If you have any question, ask on the comments below, and I'll be seeing you in my next tutorial. I love you guys. Bye.